We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Cleveland Cavaliers come in for this one. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on... Oh!
Look out!
Watch
out below! Wow!
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
James Harden with the most famous beard in the NBA. In fact, he leaves his barber in charge of trimming it, so you can give him all the credit, or maybe the blame, depending on how you look at it.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Yeah, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
Shumpert gets a wide open look. That falls. Great assist by Love. The Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Ariza no luck. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Ariza kicks to Beverly. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively they look great.
Irving attacking. Can't cash in from close range. Harden with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Howard. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Howard's got 6 points.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Offensive rebound.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Good. 8 points for him.
Well played right there, and you can feel the momentum changing.
I think this lead will continue to move upward unless something unforeseen happens.
LeBron dishes to Irving. Lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got his first basket.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
It's Ariza on the wing. Takes the 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. It's stolen by Ariza. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Finishes the break with a slam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That pushes this lead up instead of going the other way.
Here's Mozgov. Good D by Howard.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Terrence Jones is checked in for Smith. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Smith is checked in. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Cleveland. Dwight Howard joining a great lineage, Steve, of Houston Rocket big men over the years, from the great Elvin Hayes to Moses Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon to Yao Ming. I mean, what a litany of wonderful players in the history of that franchise.
Yeah, there was that great photo at the press conference a couple years back when Dwight signed with Houston. The photo included a lot of those former Rocket big men. And Yeah, I think it's a good fit. He seems to be very comfortable in Houston, and he's part of what is a really good young club.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
And it's Terry off the drive. Good on the shot.
What a play. The hoop plus the arm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love.
And the Rockets hiring Hakeem Olajuwon to work with Dwight on his moves. And between the Dream and Kevin McHale, that's a wealth of post-scoring expertise for Howard to draw upon. But again, those two guys did it at a Hall of Fame level. Dwight has that potential, but will he put in the work necessary to grow into that type of low post score?
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That's his first foul. Houston making some changes. Moniunas comes in for Dwight Howard. And Joey Dorsey is subbed in for Jones.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game. So far, the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass. Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And Kevin McHale has worked with Dwight on trying to stay low and exploit his quickness advantage, beat his defender to the spot, and then power through for the finish.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Smith checked in for Dorsey. Riza comes in for Brewer. Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jason Terry. The drive by James. Irving can't hit. There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Moniunas passes to Beverley. 5 on the clock. Here's Prigioni. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all. They've been able to score with ease.
Here's James. And Thompson kicks to Varejao. Smith wide open. He fires. Releases from the wing and drills it. Rockets leading by 13. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. There's 42 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Beverley kicks to Prigioni.
Well, you know, it doesn't seem like they've missed many shots here.
And the 3 off target. They get the rebound. Smith with a wide open look. A 3-pointer off the mark. Another shot. Smith missing again.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Here's Beverley. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And they're getting out in transition, too, finding some easy points on the fast break.
Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. Terrence Jones out there with Moniunas. And it's Terry in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. The Cavaliers trail by 13.
James Harden with those rush hour handles, whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on a string.
And Harden, a left-hander. Defenders tend to have more trouble, it seems, guys, with softballs.
Well, and especially with Harden because of how crafty he is. Watch out!
What a throw down there, man. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two.
The Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. The coach and front office questioning the team effort level.
Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
That's good. And it's 6 points for Jason Terry.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Patrick Beverley could make the case for being the league's most disruptive defender at point guard. He said, quote, "I know some people might not like my defense, but I don't really care. I'm physical, I'm tough, and I'm setting the tone. I don't look at the numbers. I just go out there and I guard everyone exactly the same. And that's aggressively, Kevin. Exactly what they're looking for."
He gets after it. Nothing easy. Thanks, Doris. Now here's LeBron, covered by Brewer. A wide open look for Love. Good, and the assist goes to James.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
They grabbed their own miss. Kicks it out to Harden. Tries again. Here's Jones. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
So it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Well, a question you have to wonder as we watch LeBron play in his prime, should we be more in awe, Clark, of him from a historical standpoint? He has a chance, as many people think, to be the best of all time when he hangs them up.
He's right in that discussion. He's arguably already in the top 10. Actually, in my opinion, he is in the top 10. Clearly, right now, if he stopped playing, he'd be in the top 10 with a chance to be on some people's top 5 list. He's a once-in-a-generation kind of player, but so too were others. Oscar, Wilt,
Well said.
Elgin, and guys of that ilk. But I think it will be a long time before we see anybody quite like him in size, strength, speed, and skill.
Well put. Rockets leading by 20. Leone dishes to Moniunas. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
James. Ariza with the rebound.
He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
Trevor Ariza last season with perhaps the best campaign, Steve, of his 10-year career.
Yeah, he played starters minutes, shot a career-high three-point percentage. I think a lot of it, Kevin, was just the combination of playing with good bigs and then also John Wall's emergence as a great point guard. Ariza had a lot of open looks last year.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Howard's checked in for Montejunas. Smith comes in for Jones. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. Beverly, the pass to Howard. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting. You could say that Ariza was in a contract year looking for a new contract, playing for a new contract, but he's upped his three-point percentage for 3 straight seasons. It seems he's put in the work to really solidify that part of his game. They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Tortoise-like. Wow, Clark. Yeah, they're putting it together, but still trailing. Their offense is finally getting some traction.
A high-quality shot is almost always going to come off a rebound like that.
And Clark, he is so good at working his way inside, holding off the defenders under the glass, and being in the right position.
Knows how to use his body.
Yeah, and I just like the way he persistently pursues the pumpkin.
Mozgov with the block. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Daniels, he's checked in for Pablo Prigioni. Then for the Cavaliers, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And then Shumpert in there for Smith. The Cavaliers trail by 20.
And Ariza has always been great shooting threes from the corners, but he's diversified a bit. Last season, the highest total of three-point makes in his career.
Screen by Howard. And Beverly kicks to McDaniel. Houston moving it around. And the rejection by LeBron. But he recovers it. Smith. 3 seconds left. Kept alive. Count the bucket. 14 points for Dwight Howard.
Things have changed a little bit here in the second quarter, guys, and we're seeing them start to convert a lot of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coach has to be happy about this. I mean, the hustle underneath is paying off in a big way.
Clock at 6. From 12 feet out. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
Out to Smith. Lets it go with a 3. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Rockets lead by 19.
If you battle for the offensive
and so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Rockets lead by 19. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. And the players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he tore it up on the offensive glass in the first couple of quarters. Love the effort you're getting out of him.
incredibly persistent, which is what it takes to be a successful offensive rebounder. I should know. I used to eat a lot of glass in my day.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. Amon Shumpert is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's LeBron in the 3 slot. Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. This is a team that's held a winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. The first free throw is good.
And the Rockets showed great patience and planning over time, freeing up cap space, acquiring young assets. That enabled them to trade for James Harden and, of course, attract Dwight Howard in free agency, too.
And this Rockets team, for all of its success, is still young, still developing that chemistry. But make no mistake, they've elevated themselves from playoff contender to potential title contender. I think exciting times are certainly in store in Houston.
Thompson sets the pick for James. Goes back up. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Houston making a switch here. Smith has checked in.
Tristan Thompson, a really nice hustle player and defender. Chance to be a double-double guy, but you know, as a former number 4 pick overall, I think expectations were probably a little too high for him. He's turned into a very solid NBA player.
Brewer is checked in for Houston. Cleveland also making some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Verejao. And it's Kevin Love in for Tristan Thompson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
What a performance from Harden.
He's got 10 points and 4 assists as well. I'll tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
Yeah, just on the strength of his defense alone, he would have stood out, but his offense has been outstanding as well.
The Cavaliers trail by 21.
And Thompson, with really good length and athleticism, I still think he's developing his footwork and craftiness inside as far as understanding how to create angles to get his shot off. But he's young and there's plenty of time, and he's shown plenty of promise.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris, thanks. We'll see how he does.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And Thompson made progress on his mid-range jump shot in year 2. Then last season, Steve, he switched his shooting hand entirely.
And, you know, pretty impressive results for year 1 of the experiment. I mean, that's where you never know. He could become a much better shooter over time with that right hand. We'll see.
Back to Irving. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's now 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
A shot by Harden, wide open. No good with the triple. And here we go. Blocked. Brewer is just to Harden. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Here's Mozgov. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
It's Harden with the drive. He feeds it to Smith. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one on Love.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. Patrick Beverly comes in for Jason Terry. And Cleveland also making a change. J.R. Smith's checked in for Shumpert.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for. You know, there's always a little hesitation with newly formed star-loaded teams, and you wondered if the Rockets would click early last year. They did, and ended up with the 4 seed out west.
Here's Howard. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 7th assist in the game.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Screen by Howard. In the corner, Harden goes up on the wing. And Houston again with the bucket.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Irving kicks to Mozgov. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Timofey Mozgov, 7'1", a shot blocker and rebounder. Still pretty foul prone defensively, but he has really become an interior presence.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And Mozgov offensively can get you some nice second chance buckets.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Kevin, that he's a decent roll man in the pick and roll, and he can knock down the three-pointer on occasion. So nice combination for that big guy.
Both teams will make substitutions. That's good from Mozgov. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Mozgov hits them both. Everything appeared to be lined up for Cleveland to get back into the playoffs last year, but that just wasn't the case. A lot of what-ifs for them last season.
And with another top pick on the roster, Kevin, and a youthful team, they were a popular pick before the season to play postseason games, but they still needed some seasoning.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
That's good. 14 points for J.R. Smith. And now for Cleveland. They still have the youth to grow, but with LeBron on board, the sky for them is the limit.
As are the expectations.
And denied at the rim, but they call the foul. Whistle blows, and we'll see him shoot 2 from the line.
And one more note about Cleveland. Everyone will now assume that they will make the playoffs this year, but the ultimate goal is a title, something that hasn't happened in the city of Cleveland for any major sport in a long time. Probably 64th, I think, may be the last title.
Ken, you're right on it. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Beverly, the pass to Motiejunas. From 10 feet out. Tries yet again. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
And I think when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon, I mean, the numbers show that he was a phenomenal defensive player. 3,830 career blocks, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. And I think you put him alongside greats like Bill Russell, who played before blocks were actually recorded, of course. But you put Olajuwon up near Russell in terms of maybe greatest interior defenders of all time.
And so here is Houston. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack it.
Nice shot by Smith.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Jones. And another shot. Moniunas' shot is good. Moniunas has got 6.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Poke loose. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. Jones, and he just knocked out. And for Houston, their shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want, when they want it. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Beverly and Harden man the back. And it's Ariza in the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Smith with it, and it's Howard picking him up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, last season, Tristan Thompson made the decision to change his shooting hand, Clark. He went from shooting with his left to now shooting with his right hand.
Yeah, I've not heard of anything quite like that before, but he improved his free throw shooting substantially as a result of the change, and he gets to the line fairly often, so I think that's a nice development. I love that young man's work ethic and what he brings to a team in terms of rebounding and physicality.
I think LeBron's going to like playing.
I agree.
2 shots.
Well, Thompson is ambidextrous. He throws a baseball right-handed, writes with his left. And you got to give him credit for taking a chance with a whole new method of shooting, and it's paying dividends.
And Thompson prone to getting a shot blocked inside despite his length and athleticism. Being ambidextrous, you would think that he at some point developed that ability to be a better finisher inside with either hand. We'll see.
They recover it. In the corner, Irving with it. The drive by Smith. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, James. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. The offensive rebound. Here's Harden. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got 20.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, their offense in the paint hasn't been a whole lot better.
Varejao dishes to Thompson. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Smith with it. Now Smith defending. Smith kicks to Harden. Smith sets the pick for Harden. Hits the three-point bomb. Harden's got 13 points here in the second half alone. No one near Smith as he lets it go. And Thompson throws it down.
The offensive rebound gave him another crack at it, and he cashed in.
I did it with strength on the putback jam, Clark, with strength.
Love it.
Gritty.
And the rejection by James. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's foul number 2 for him. Houston making some changes. Joey Dorsey's checked in for Smith. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Love's checked in for Cleveland. Timeout called, the Rockets. Clark, if you were trying to craft in your imagination the ideal flawless basketball player, you'd have a hard time doing much better than LeBron James.
The 21st century version of the best video game player ever, and also happens to be the best real game player ever too. I mean, one of them anyway. That's why Eric Spoelstra, the coach, called him 1 through 5, and that's a perfect way to describe LeBron James.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Jones checked in for Howard. Lisa comes in for Corey. For James Harden. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jason Terry. And Cleveland with a change here too. Perkins is checked in. Houston making some changes. Howard's checked in for Dorsey. Harden comes in for McDaniels, and it's Terry in for Pablo Prigioni. It's stolen by Ariza. And here's the break. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Cavaliers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. The drive by James. Shot's good.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
They're obviously starting to lose some of their focus here, committing more and more turnovers as the game goes along. Not a good sign.
And it's Smith penetrating. Left side, Love. No one near him. And there's another one for the Cavaliers. Here's Terry. From past the arc. Here's Howard. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you know, Dwight Howard has gone through his share of nicknames over the years, and some of his names have been self-imposed. But Coach Kevin McHale has taken to calling him Big Horse. I'm not sure. We'll see if that one catches on.
Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. It's taken away by Brewer. Here's Harden. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Steve, what do you think of that nickname, Big Horse, for Howard? Does that do anything for you?
Not really, Kevin. In fact, it's the first time I've ever heard of it. I just prefer to think of him as Dwight Howard. Does that do anything for you?
No.
As you would expect from Steve, ever the straight guy.
It's LeBron with the drive. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Such an aggressive attitude he has. No invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
Jones in the post. Working on Love. Offensive rebound. Shot's good.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point. Not what they drew up, but they'll take the 2 points.
For Houston, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. It's Harden with the drive, and it's Howard finishing it off.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And Steve, they did it in style, a beat down the entire way.
Smith, no luck. Houston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And Harden wide open, he shoots. Dwight Howard again. Howard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, they've dialed the heat up a notch here, really battling to extend this run.
Yeah, and I think the big thing, Clark, is we're seeing second chance opportunities. They're just really pounding the glass. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Harden. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. Snatched up. Here's Howard. Mozgov grabs the board.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland. For Houston, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Howard, the pass to Ariza. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here.
Just a little bit more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate the win.
Well, they can already start to celebrate, Steve, and they should let their team hear it. They were good.
And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
LeBron against Ariza. Just 5 to shoot. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So he's